Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon,
Afternoon,
sir.
sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
विंडोज अपडेट होने के बाद एक नया फीचर आ गया है, ये मीट नाउ का ऑप्शन यहाँ पे आ गया है, पहले नहीं था ये। ओके, सो इन द लास्ट class we have discussed different approaches of software delivery, whether it is top down approach or bottom up approach and agile approach, right? We have discussed what are the difference between these three. So in today's class we are going to continue from bottom up approaches. So we have already seen the example through an example of that new parliament. We have already seen the what is the differences between the bottom approach and the top down approach. So we are going to see the theoretical aspect of bottom up approach. So see, in bottom up approach we are going to we are we are considering only fulfilling of बिजनेस रिक्वायरमेंट, राइट? जैसे ही कोई बिजनेस रिक्वायरमेंट है उसको किसी भी तरीके से मतलब उसको डिलीवर कर देना है, उसको बना करके एज अ वेब सर्विसेज और एनी माइक्रो सर्विसेज यूटिलिटी, वेदर देयर आर डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ सर्विसेज. सो जैसे ही कोई रिक्वायरमेंट आता है उसको बनाना है, बस बॉटम अप्रोच यही कहता है, ठीक है? सो वी विल गोइंग टू सी what this approach is saying. So this approach essentially encourages the creation of services, right? What is the meaning of creation of services? It simply means fulfilling of it does not focuses on any of the principles, right? In top down approach we have seen it is going to follow the top down bottom approach is going to follow certain kinds of principle. So if we are talking about service oriented architecture, then top down approach is going to follow service orientation principles, right? But bottom up approach does not care about any kind of principles. It simply fulfills any application centric requirements. As soon as there is any requirement, we are going to fulfill them, right? So web services are built as needed basis and modeled to encapsulate application logic, right? So we have some application logic and we are going to encapsulate them. Encapsulate is kind of wrapper, right? So we are going to encapsulate them as a web services, right? This box is encapsulating this application logic, right? So this is kind of encapsulation. So why we are encapsulating? To best serve the immediate requirements of the solution, right? So in case of sorry, in case of bottom up approach, the integration is the primary motivator, right? What we do, we simply come up with different kinds of business requirement, and for each of the business requirement we are going to create services, and at last we are going to integrate them, right? This is all about the bottom up strategy. So in the figure shown over here, we can see what are the different steps are followed in bottom up approach. But in upcoming chapters, we are not going to see this approach because because we are studying SOA for applying service oriented principles, right? But this bottom up approach is not going to follow any service oriented principle in their project. It is for only project success. There are two factors. The one is project success and the second one is SOA success. So for SOA success, we are going to apply top down approach, and for project success, we are going to apply bottom up approach. It is not like if we are going to apply top down approach, we are going to we may come up with project failure. It is not going like that happen, right? So project success and service oriented principles are also going to apply using this top down approach. So what are the different steps to follow to for bottom up strategy, right? So first step is model application service. The second step is design the application service. And after modeling and designing the application services, we need to develop them, test them, and deploy them, right? So these three steps we already done in our labs. We have developed the application services, we have designed the application services, and we have deployed the application services. So
Sir, you're not audible.
hello.
Yes, sir, now it's okay.
So these three steps, step 3, step 4, and step 5, we have already done in our labs. We have developed an application using developed application service using BPL process. Whatever kind of application, it depends on the application type. In our lab, we have used this BPL, and for testing purpose, we have after deployment, we have tested those web services, and then we deployed, right? These two steps we didn't do. These two steps. The first one is modeling application service, and the second design of application service. These two steps are talking about how we can come up with different kinds of services, right? In task 2, you have given requirements like find the maximum out of x plus y into x modulus y, and x minus y plus x into y, right? Let's say this is your task. Find the maximum between x plus y into x modulus y and x minus y plus x into y, right? So this is your task, this is your requirement. So we know at this point of time, we know we need to develop an addition service, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What are the different services required for this type of application? Anyone?
Addition, multiplication, and maximum.
First one is addition, the second one is modulus, and the third one is subtraction, and the fourth one is maximum, right? So there are four services required here to develop this kind of SUA project, right? So we have followed some approach to find out what are the different number of web services required for this project. Everyone getting my point or not?
Yes, sir.
So after finding out what are the different web services are required to design this kind of this kind of project, this kind of a small project, what we do, we simply develop those services, then we tested those services, and then we have deployed those services, right? So finding out the number of services and what are the different types of services, right? So in this we have four services. The first one is as addition, then second one is subtraction, the fourth one is third one is multiplication, and the fourth one is modulus, right? So these are the kind of utility services, right? How we can come up with these are the utility services. We will see different types of services and how to model, how to classify the different services into different categories in the later point of time. But for now, we simply assume that these are the utility services. So the job of this modeling application services is to classify what are the different what are the different services, and the step two states that how to design those services, right? For this kind of a small project, we can simply observe this requirement and find out what are the different services, and we start from this third step, right? Everyone getting my point or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Since see, listen me carefully for the last time. For this kind of a small project, while observing this example, we can find out that there are 4 services are required to perform this kind of activity, right? So these 2 steps are done in our mind, because these projects, this project is very smaller in size, right? And after that we simply perform step 3, that is development of services. Then we are tested it, and then we are deployed it, right? So, but for huge project, it is not possible to come up with the different services, and how to design those services. It is not possible to do all thing in our mind, right? So we need certain steps to follow those. So these are the steps. Step 1 is modeling, and then the second stage is application design of application services. And each step is consist of different steps. The step 1 is consist of 12 steps, right? And it is discussed in chapter number 11. In upcoming chapter we will going to see this step 1, right? And after that, chapter 11 and 12, we are going to see this one, chapter number 13 and 14, based on design of application services, right? Clear? All having cleared this diagram?
So sir, in task 2 we have used the bottom up approach, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sir.
No.
Yes sir. But sir, it is
See, the both diagrams are similar in nature. See over here. This is for top down approach.
Yes sir, it is.
This one and this one, these are steps which are similar in nature. See, analysis and design, right? That is why I am saying that we need to perform this step and this one. I am talking about this diagram, right? So contextually both having the same meaning, but the overall approach followed by bottom up approach and the top down approach is different, right? We are going to follow this one. Step 3 is in chapter number 11 and 12 is based on step 3, and chapter number 13 and 14 is based on this part, step 4, right?
Yes sir.
Okay. So what is the meaning of this modeling of application services and the designing of application services? It is written over here. So the first step is the model the required application services. So if we go through, these steps result in definition of application requirement that can be fulfilled through use of web services, right? And the second requirement is include the need of establishment of point-to-point integration channel between legacy systems or B2B solutions. And the third most requirement is to emerge out desire to replace traditional remote communication technology with SOAP messaging communication framework, right? So these are the 3 requirements in modeling of application services. Although we are not going to follow these steps, because we are going to follow top down approach, right? So these are steps for the bottom up approach. So please go through these steps. These are simple things we have already discussed, but these steps are written in some what we can say, some complex terminology. जैसे देखो, for solution that employ bottom up approach strategy to deliver highly service centric solution. Suppose I want to deliver a project using bottom up approach, and I also want that my project should follow service oriented principles, right? Both are contradictory in nature, right? Because bottom up approach says if you are only considering this project success, if you are only considering the project success, then we are going for bottom up strategy, right? And if we are considering for service oriented principles, then we need to follow top down approach, right? but here it is saying for solution that employ bottom up strategy, and we also want a service centric solutions, right? In those cases, the application service also will be modeled to include a specific business rules and a specific business logic and rules, right? In those cases, it is highly likely that two application service layer will be emerged and consisting of hybrid and utility services. This point is referring to the eight scenarios in the last chapter. In the last chapter, at the last, we have skipped 8 points, right? 8 scenarios. Everyone remember?
Yes, sir.
Right. So we will again visit those 8 scenarios. What those scenarios means. So basically, this point in this case, it is likely to two application service layers. We know there are 3 service layers, right? This means one application service layer is divided into 3 parts, right? Entity service layer, this one is entity and utility service layer, then we have task service layer, then we have process service layer, right? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
So in those 4 services, skip 1, 2 or 3 services layers, right? Depending the analysis, depending on the funding, depending on the fund. Sorry, someone is saying something. Okay, so depending on the analysis effort, we can come up with 2 services layer, we can come up with only single service layer, we can come up with 3 service layers, and we can come up with all 4 service layers, right? It depends upon us how much money we spend on the analysis phase, right? So in case of service centric solution, if we are following top bottom up approach and we want to deliver highly service centric solutions, then it is highly likely that application service layer will emerge consisting of hybrid and utility service, right? So in those cases, it is possible, it is highly likely that your service layer will come up with 2 types of services, 2 layers within the service. The first one is hybrid service layer and the second one is utility layer. So this one will be utility service layer and this one will be hybrid service layer, right? So don't worry if you are not getting these points for now. These chapters are highly correlated with each other. So maybe after completing 1 or more 2 chapters, please revisit, revise the chapter number 9, 10th, right? So these chapters are highly correlated with each other. So those services classified as reusable. What is the meaning of reusability? Which services are reusable in nature? Anyone?
Sir, utility services.
Utility services, right? So suppose okay, for now let it. So utility services are generally reusable in nature. So those services classified as reusable may be act as a generic application endpoints for integration purpose, and they may be composed by parent hybrid services. So these 2 points are talking about the scenarios only, right? So for now, it may be possible that these 2 points are not very clear to you all. So try to visit those 8 scenarios first, then come back to these points. Maybe 20 to 30% will get clear to you. I will again visit those scenarios at later point of time, so don't worry. So the second step is design the required application services. So some of the application services model in step 1 may be delivered by purchasing or leasing third party wrapper services, right? Suppose in our project I want to use a cloud service, right? So it may not be possible that our project, our administration, our organization has that cloud services, means private cloud services, right? So we need to lease the services from the external providers like AWS or cloud service means Google service, Google cloud providers or IBM cloud providers. So we need to contact them, right? And contact them and use them on paying them, right? So by paying them. So these are the ways we can some of the application model in step 1 may be delivered by purchasing or leasing third party wrapper services. So this is talking about the other cloud services, or you must have heard of SCM, supply chain management, and SAP services. There are different services available, third party services. So these services are known as SaaS, software as a service. So those are the services provided by the third party, and we just need to integrate them in our platform so that we can able to use their services. So it is only talking about those parts. So don't worry if you are not getting these points. These are highly these are written in highly abstract manner. So in the next chapter, this single point is divided into 12 steps, right? And we will go through each one of these steps in very much detail. So don't worry if you are not understanding these points. Can anyone say what are the pros and cons of the bottom-up approach? Anyone?
So maintenance of the application in future terms.
Right. So if you talk about the prime objective or top priority of the bottom-up approach, it simply says, it states that the fulfillment of immediate business requirement, right? It avoids extra cost. What are the benefits? The first benefit is it fulfills the immediate business requirement, right? Let's say in times of COVID, I need an application which needs to detect whether the person is having COVID infected or not, right? So I need to develop that kind of application within a certain time frame, right? Let's say I need to develop those application from March to let's say May, right? So there are, let's say, 2 or 3 months are given develop such kind of. So here the fulfillment of business requirement is given much more priority rather than using some kinds of principle, whether it is a service oriented principles. These are neglected, these are ignored at that kind at those times, right? Everyone getting my point? So one other benefit of using this bottom-up approach is it avoids extra cost, because the analysis part is generally you can say the analysis part is done but at lower cost, right? It does not take so much of time or effort, right? So time, effort and time required to deliver some services is very less compared to top-down approach. But it ends up, what are the disadvantage? It ends up with imposing increased governance burden, because it has shorter lifespans and required more frequent maintenance and refactoring. Anyone knows this term, refactoring? Anyone?
Sir, I have seen when we used to program in programming, when we have to make changes in the classes within the project, we use refactoring.
So refactoring is just like suppose you need to find out एक एग्जांपल मैं दे रहा हूँ, किसी का मतलब कोई गांव में जाओ, एक घर मान लो कोई बना हुआ है, तो होता क्या है कि मान लो एक गांव में जनरली क्या होता है कि जो घर बनाते हैं ना, वो डिजाइन नहीं करवाते हैं, आर्किटेक्ट वालों से डिजाइन नहीं करवाते हैं। तो वो क्या करते हैं, मान लो घर हाफ बना हुआ है, मतलब ये पूरा बिल्डिंग है तो घर हाफ बना करके छोड़ दिया गया। तो नेक्स्ट ईयर जब मान लो उन्हें पैसा आया तो वो क्या करते हैं, वो दूसरे कॉन्ट्रैक्टर से कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं इस घर को आगे बनाने के लिए। ठीक है, तो घर का तो कोई डिजाइन है नहीं हमारे पास, तो वो कॉन्ट्रैक्टर क्या करता है, वो कुछ दिन लेता है, कुछ दिन टाइम लेता है और इस घर को एनालाइज करता है, फिर से एनालाइज करता है, एनालाइज करता है और फिर से पता करता है कि ये कैसे बना हुआ है। एनीवन गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? क्योंकि हमारे पास इसका आर्किटेक्चर डिजाइन नहीं है, जो जो कहते नहीं मैप ऑफ द बिल्डिंग। ठीक है, तो जनरली गांव में क्या होता है तो हमारे पास क्या है, इसका आर्किटेक्चर डिजाइन नहीं है। तो अगर आर्किटेक्चर डिजाइन होता, इसका आर्किटेक्चर वाला डिजाइन अगर होता इस घर का, तो जो भी नया कॉन्ट्रैक्टर आया है वो इस डिजाइन को देखता, इस मैप को देखता और समझ जाता कि बिल्डिंग कैसे बना हुआ है। समझ रहे हो?
यस सर।
लेकिन इसका आर्किटेक्चर डिजाइन नहीं होने के कारण क्या होता है, कोई कॉन्ट्रैक्टर आके इसको, इस घर को एनालाइज करता है, घर को एनालाइज करता है और उससे सोचने की कोशिश करता है कि क्या इसका डिजाइन रहा होगा। मीन्स डिजाइन है नहीं, फिर भी सोचने की कोशिश करता है कि ये कैसे बनाया गया है। ठीक है, तो जहां पे हमारे पास डिजाइन नहीं होता है, वेन एवर वी डोंट हैव एनी डिजाइन और एनी मैप, एनी आर्किटेक्चर, राइट, एनी डिजाइन डॉक्यूमेंटेशन वेयर वी हैव written like this is the design and this this is the way we are following it, right? So in those cases we require refactoring. What is the meaning of refactoring? Refactoring means हमें कोड से समझना है कि इसका डिजाइन कैसा होगा। ठीक है, सपोज हाँ, कोड को रीड करना कि उसका क्लास डिजाइन कैसा है। मान लो किसी को क्लास डिजाइन दिया हुआ है, क्लास डायग्राम दिया हुआ है, तो क्लास डायग्राम से कोड लिखना कितना आसान है? आसान है ना? लेकिन अगर ये क्लास डायग्राम नहीं रहा हो, मान लो शुरुआत में तो ये यूएमएल नहीं था, जब यूएमएल हमारे पास नहीं था तब भी कोड लिखा जाता था, तो जब कोड लिखा जाता था उस समय यूएमएल डायग्राम नहीं था। क्लास डायग्राम इज वन ऑफ द डायग्राम इन यूएमएल, राइट? सो तो ये क्या हो गया कि बहुत पुराना कोड हो गया। मान लो ये 90 का आसपास का हो गया, जब उस समय यूएमएल नहीं था। तो मान लो इसी कोड को, इसको क्या कहेंगे अब, लीगेसी सिस्टम्स। ये कोड बहुत पुराना लिखा हुआ है, लीगेसी सिस्टम्स। ठीक है, तो अब हमको इस कोड को यूज करना है। ठीक है, हमको इसको कोड को वेस्ट नहीं करना है, तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे, इसको रिफैक्टर करेंगे। रिफैक्टर में क्या होगा, फिर से हम इसका क्लास डायग्राम बना लेंगे। कैसे? कोड के थ्रू क्लास डायग्राम बना लेंगे। एवरीवन गेटिंग माय पॉइंट?
यस सर।
तो कोड के थ्रू क्लास डायग्राम बनाने का तरीका को कहते हैं रिफैक्टरिंग। एवरीवन?
Yes, sir.
सो अगर हमारे पास कोड है, उससे हम लोग डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ डिजाइन बनाना चाहते हैं, डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ यूएमएल डायग्राम और एनी काइंड ऑफ डायग्राम, राइट? नॉट नेसेसरी, हमें जरूरी नहीं है कि सिर्फ क्लास डायग्राम ही, कोई भी डायग्राम हमें बनाना हो, कोड से बनाना हो, क्योंकि पहले तो ये यूएमएल डायग्राम था ही नहीं। तो अब हमें बनाना है, हमें जरूरत है कि ये सिस्टम कर क्या रहा है, कैसे काम कर रहा है, क्योंकि बिकॉज वी नीड टू चेंज दोज सिस्टम्स, राइट? सो फॉर इन दोज सिनेरियोज वी गो फॉर refactoring. There is a popular book named as Refactoring a Code. A very popular book, Refactoring Code, written by Martin Fowler, very famous writer. So what meaning of refactoring समझ में आ गया ना, क्या होता है refactoring? So why refactoring is used over here? Because in bottom up approach हम लोग क्या करते हैं, जैसे ही रिक्वायरमेंट आया कोड के लिए कूद पर। ठीक है, तो इसमें डिजाइन पार्ट में ज्यादा पैसा खर्चा नहीं होता है, तो हमारे पास आर्किटेक्चर नहीं है। सो एट लेटर पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम व्हेन वी रिक्वायर टू चेंज समथिंग वी नीड टू रिफैक्टर दोज कोड्स। एवरीवन गेटिंग माय पॉइंट?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so these are the disadvantage of bottom up approach, the maintenance, refactoring, and this is how it has increased governance burden, right? So the third most very important technique is why not to mix up the advantages of from the both the worlds, right? So we came up with a new technique, a new strategy to deliver a particular software, SOAS based software, that is the agile strategy. So what it says, why not to incorporate service oriented design principles into business analysis environments, right? The main focus of the agile strategy is to incorporate service oriented design principles into business analysis environments, right? So we came up with a new process. We came up with a new process that allows us for business level analysis to occur concurrently with service design and development, right? Because in both the approaches, what was the demerit? The disadvantage of following one approach, the top-down approach or bottom approach, was we need to follow certain steps. So first we need to follow this one, then we need to follow this one, then we need to follow this one, then we need to follow this one, right? So let's say at later point of time any changes needs to be done at this stage. So it creates a problem of phase containment of errors. You must have heard of this keyword, phase containment of errors. These errors get reflected at different stages, right? अगर कुछ यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम आता है तो वो रिफ्लेक्ट यहाँ पे भी होगा, यहाँ पे भी होगा और यहाँ पे भी हो गया, ठीक है? So these are the problems when we are following any top-down approach or bottom-up approach, because these approaches follows a certain steps, right? So there is no any feedback kind of mechanism, like we go from step 1 to step 2, then go to step 2 to step 3, then go to step 3 to 4, and then we get on to step 3, then 2, then 1, right? So these are the feedback kind of mechanisms. It is not possible to include this feedback kind of mechanism in top-down approach and bottom-up approach. So this agile strategy come up with a new approach where it defines a new processes that allows business level analysis to occur concurrently with service design and development. This is how this feedback mechanisms starts implemented with top-down approach and bottom-up approach, right? So this new approach becomes agile strategy. Let's see this diagram first. So these are the same steps which we had followed in the top-down approach. We have we have followed this service-oriented analysis, then we have followed this design part, then we have developed, then we have tested those services, then we have deployed those services, and then the last step is why not to revisit this business process. So we started revisiting. We again go to this design stage, and then again we have redesign, redevelop, retest, redeploy as required. Right, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So this is one of the agile strategies followed in the industries. This is the major strategy which is followed in many of the organizations. So what are the benefits? What are the benefits of this advantages of this using this agile strategy? So using this agile strategy, we can come up with we can say here, this strategy takes the best of the both the worlds and combines into an approach for realizing SOA, right? That meets immediate business requirements, right? So these requirements, the meeting of immediate business requirement, how we can ensure that this is this agile strategy is going to fulfill immediate business requirement? Anyone? Because it is a mix of top-down strategy and bottom-up approach, right? So bottom-up says it is going to meet business requirements. So this this meeting of business immediate business requirement is fulfilled by this bottom up approach, right, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And the advantage of top down approach was the integrity of the organization business model and the service oriented quality of the architecture. This was the benefit of top down approach, right? So the agile approach says it is going to meet immediate requirements without jeopardizing the advantage of top down approach, right? So this is the advantage of top down approach, the integrity of an organization business model and the service oriented quality of architecture, right? So in the top down approach we have already discussed, this maintains the integrity of organization business model and uses the service oriented principle, qualify means more quality architecture, right? So and if we consider the amount and effort, the amount of time and the effort required to develop services using this agile approach, it is going to increase, right? Because while it fulfills both and short term needs, the short term needs was fulfilled by bottom up approach, and the long term needs was the maintenance and maintenance part. These are the long term needs, right? So these are going to fulfill by top down approach. So the net result of employing this strategy is increased efforts associated with the delivery of each service, right? Everyone getting my point? So it is going to take more effort and more amount of time to deploy or to deliver a service which is going to follow which is following agile strategies, right? So at this point we can order this them like this one: agile, having agile, then top down, then we have bottom up approach. So if we talk about the time to deliver services, right, everyone?
Yes, sir.
What then agile, then top down. ये बताओ ये किसके लिए होगा ये डायग्राम? बिजनेस सॉरी बॉटम अप अप्रोच, अजाइल, देन टॉप डाउन. ये यहाँ पे क्या लिखूं मैं?
टाइम टू डेवलप, सर.
टाइम टू डेवलप में तो ये हो गया, सबसे ज्यादा अजाइल लगेगा, फिर टॉप डाउन.
मेंटेनेंस
मेंटेनेंस लिख सकते हो और मनी भी लिख सकते हो, ठीक है? चलो, सो it is again talking about the same. Additionally, this approach imposes maintenance tasks that are required to ensure that existing services are actually keep in alignment with revised business models, right? Yeah.
सर टॉप डाउन में तो ज्यादा पैसा लगता है ना?
टॉप डाउन में ज्यादा लगता है?
हाँ, तो मुंह उधर की तरफ होना चाहिए, मतलब मनी क्यों आया, मतलब
ओ सॉरी
है ना, तो
उल्टा कर दिया मैं, इसको इससे कर दो या इसको, चलो ठीक है चलो. Yeah, so if we are considering our project which is having business models which is changing not regular time, right? Suppose we have a business which is changing after 6 months periodically, right? Whether let's say the business is like Swiggy kind of thing. So this kind of business model, the Swiggy or let's say Amazon or whatever it is, which is changing very rapidly with the time. So in those cases we must use agile approach because because it ensures that existing services are kept in alignment with revised business models, right? Revised business model. How it is ensures? Using this one. It again goes to this design part and changes the particular services. Right? Everyone getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Suppose after 6 months, let's say we have a Swiggy project, and after 6 months we want, let's say, changes in payment process. Let's say at initial phases we have decided to pay with Paytm and PayPal and let's say Google Pay, right? And let's say after 6 months we have decided you can use cashbacks in your wallet to pay for the next order, right? So we need to change our particular service, whether it is payment process service. Everyone getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So we need to change our business payment process services. Suppose if you are developing such a huge kind of application, that is Swiggy, using monolithic application, right? So if you are changing only which service, changing only, let's say, payment process, so you need to change the whole application. Because of the monolithic follows tight coupling, right? And we need to deploy whole application. Everyone?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, लेकिन अगर हम लोग if we are using service oriented architecture, so what we need to do, we simply go to this payment service. Let's say your in the loan processing example, let's say you need to change this manager reviewed process. We simply go to this manager reviewed process and changes whatever the changes are required and simply deploy it, right?
Yes, sir.
So similarly, go to the Swiggy project and select the payment process. Changes this, change the whatever the requirement, new requirements are according to new business models, and just deploy this service only, right? Because each services are deployed independently, right? Everyone.
Yes, sir.
So you just need to deploy these services. Suppose yeah, so इसको सिर्फ इसको डिप्लॉय करो और तुम्हारा अपडेट हो जाएगा पूरा एप्लीकेशन, राइट? एवरीवन?
Yes, sir.
सो इसमें क्या होता है, इसमें अपडेशन बहुत इजीली होता है, ठीक है? अपडेशन और डिप्लॉयमेंट बहुत जल्दी होता है, ठीक है? तो जहां पे जिस एप्लीकेशन में बिजनेस मॉडल रेगुलरली चेंज हो रहे हैं, उसमें क्या करेंगे हम लोग, सर्विस ओरिएंटेड आर्किटेक्चर को हम लोग यूज करेंगे, ठीक है? और इसमें डिप्लॉयमेंट आसानी से हो जाता है, और इसी के कारण डेवऑप्स यूज होता है। डेवऑप्स का नाम सुना है कोई?
Yes, sir.
तो इसमें क्या होता है, डेवलपमेंट प्लस ऑपरेशन पार्ट दोनों टीम साथ काम करते हैं। इससे डिप्लॉयमेंट इजी हो जाता है। हम लोग देखेंगे इसको आगे आने वाले चैप्टर्स में। सो हैव यू ऑब्जर्व कि कुछ एप्लीकेशन जो हम लोग इंस्टॉल करते हैं गूगल प्ले स्टोर से, जो हम लोग को अपडेट करने के लिए कहता है, तो वो होता तो 25 MB का है, लेकिन बहुत कम टाइम लेता है।
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello. For the first time, I am installing WhatsApp in my phone. So let's say its size is 45 MB. So let's say my data connection bandwidth is, let's say, 1 Mbps. So it may take 45 seconds. If it is MB
Your voice is chopping a lot.
Yes, sir.
Mbps, right? Means bits per second, right? So it may take 45 seconds, right? And let's say I am this आवाज मेरी क्लियर आ रही है सबको?
No, sir.
No, sir.
One second. Hello.
Yes, sir.
अभी क्लियर है आवाज?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, sir.
चलो. So suppose for the first time I am installing WhatsApp in my laptop, let's say in my phone, and it is of 45 MB, and let's say my bandwidth is 1 Mbps, right? So it may take 45 seconds, right? For the first time I am installing it, right? And for this, let's say I am the regular user of WhatsApp, and it is again 45 MB, and I am reinstalling, I am updating this WhatsApp because of this new payment feature, payment integration, right, in WhatsApp. So again my speed is 1 Mbps. So if I update this application, it hardly is going to take 5 to 10 seconds for 1 Mbps. Are you getting my point?
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Because at the back end it is going to update only this payment, or it is going to integrate, it is going to integrate this only this only this payment business process, right? Payment business process, and whatever the different business processes related to this payment business process are going to include in my already available WhatsApp, right? So this is how the deployment or re-release of changes is very easy in if you are following certain kind of architecture. It is not like WhatsApp is following service oriented architecture or any other a specific kind of architecture, but easy deployment or easy accessibility increases with particular architecture. If you are using monolithic architecture, the change management is very much difficult. So it is talking about if we have revised business models, then we have already talked about this point using this Swiggy business payment process changes, right? So moving forward.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in lab we first deploy, then we test. Here in all diagram, first testing, then deploy, sir. Why?
बता रहा हूँ. किसी के दिमाग में और ये कंफ्यूजन है? Anyone? सबके दिमाग में कंफ्यूजन है या सिर्फ ये कौन बोला? रेकज बोला?
Rahul, sir.
राहुल. आवाज पहुंच रही है कि नहीं सब तक?
Yes, sir. पहुंच रही, sir.
तो किसी के दिमाग में ये कंफ्यूजन नहीं है कि टेस्टिंग सर यहाँ पर पहले कर रहे हैं और बाद में डिप्लॉय कर रहे हैं, और आप बता रहे हैं हम लोग तो लैब में करते हैं, पहले डिप्लॉय कर देते हैं फिर टेस्ट करते हैं. So सुनो, टेस्टिंग, if we talk about the testing of web services, it's a broad concept, right? You must have या तुम लोग का तो अभी सॉफ्टवेयर टेस्टिंग चल रहा है ना, तो सॉफ्टवेयर टेस्टिंग में यू मस्ट हैव गॉन थ्रू फंक्शनल टेस्टिंग, राइट? Means testing of the different functions. Similarly, we have object oriented concept testing, right? Concept testing. Everyone?
Yes, sir.
So if we are developing certain kind of project using POPS, right? POPs, that is procedural oriented programming, then this functional testing comes into picture, right? If we are developing certain project using object oriented programming, then this oops testing feature, right? ये तुम लोग अभी बाद में पढ़ोगे, ये अभी शायद स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ होगा। हो गया ये स्टार्ट oops टेस्टिंग?
No, sir.
No, sir.
तो ये बाद में चालू होगा। तो ये इसका मतलब क्या है कि अगर oops टेस्टिंग यूज कर रहे हैं, इसका मतलब है कि सपोज योर प्रोजेक्ट इज डेवलप्ड यूजिंग oops paradigm, right? Then which kind of testing technique we need to apply? oops testing principles, right?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, we have a subject, right? ये सॉफ्टवेयर टेस्टिंग में हम लोग नहीं पढ़ेंगे, ये अलग एक सब्जेक्ट है। सिमिलरली वी हैव अ सब्जेक्ट कॉल्ड सर्विस टेस्टिंग, राइट? सिमिलरली वी हैड अ सब्जेक्ट कॉल्ड सर्विस टेस्टिंग। इसका कोर्स होता है, अलग से कोर्स होता है। तो सर्विस टेस्टिंग अगर तुम लोग पढ़ोगे तो वहां पर पढ़ोगे कि पहले टेस्ट करते हैं फिर डिप्लॉय करते हैं। जो हम लोग जो टेस्ट कर रहे हैं ना, उसको टेस्टिंग थोड़ी कहते हैं। वो तो हम लोग देख रहे हैं कि रन कर रहा है कि नहीं।
मतलब सर इनपुट देके चेक कर रहा है तो टेस्टिंग ही है ना सर?
इनपुट देके टेस्ट करना टेस्टिंग है, लेकिन टेस्टिंग के इसमें पढ़ोगे तुम लोग बाउंड्री वैल्यू एनालिसिस और डिफरेंट काइप्स ऑफ टेस्टिंग टेक्निक्स, राइट? समझ रहे हो?
यस सर।
और ये जो डिप्लॉयमेंट की बात कर रहा है यहाँ पे, ये प्रोडक्शन यूनिट में डिप्लॉयमेंट की बात कर रहा है। दोनों में फर्क है। प्रोडक्शन मतलब रिलीज स्टेज में, जो पाइपलाइन कहते हैं ना, प्रोजेक्ट हमारा पाइपलाइन में है। एवरीवन गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? तो हम लोग जो डिप्लॉयमेंट करते हैं और टेस्ट करते हैं चेक करने के लिए कि रन कर रहा है कि नहीं, ठीक है? वो टेस्ट करने के लिए नहीं कि वो एक्चुअल में क्या कहते हैं, मतलब डिप्लॉयमेंट के लिए, प्रोडक्शन डिप्लॉयमेंट के लिए टेस्ट करना वो अलग होता है। समझ रहे हो एवरीवन?
Yes, sir.
सपोज मान लो व्हाट्सएप जो है पेमेंट प्रोसेस को जब टेस्ट किया होगा, तब डिप्लॉय किया होगा, तब लोग जो है यूज कर रहे हैं उसको, पेमेंट को। एवरीबॉडी? एवरीवन?
Yes, sir.
तो व्हाट्सएप क्या किया होगा, पहले पेमेंट प्रोसेस को टेस्ट किया होगा, फिर इसको डिप्लॉय किया होगा। कहां पे? जहां पे प्ले स्टोर पे, जहां जो भी हो, ठीक है, जहां पे हम लोग यूज कर रहे हैं, फिर प्ले स्टोर से हम लोग यूज किए, तो टेस्टिंग करके किया होगा। बाद में थोड़ी यूजर का पैसा कटने के बाद पता चलेगा कि हम लोग गलत फीचर बनाए हैं, नहीं ना? ऐसा तो नहीं होगा। तो ये जो डिप्लॉयमेंट की बात हो रही है, ये हो रही है कौन से डिप्लॉयमेंट की? प्रोडक्शन यूनिट में डिप्लॉयमेंट की। डिप्लॉयमेंट एट द प्रोडक्शन साइट, राइट? और जो हम लोग जो टेस्ट कर रहे हैं, जस्ट चेक कर रहे हैं रन कर रहा है कि नहीं, वो टेस्टिंग नहीं है। वो तो 1 मिनट लगता है, टेस्ट कर लेते हैं। और जो टेस्ट करते हैं उसके लिए एक अलग QA टीम होती है, क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस टीम, राइट?
Yes, sir.
तो वो
मतलब
टेस्ट
सर
करे।
हम जो लैब में कर रहे हैं वो सर यहाँ सर्विस डिप्लॉयमेंट के अंदर ही आ जाता है, मतलब सर्विस डेवलपमेंट के अंदर ही आ जाता है।
हाँ, डेवलपमेंट के ही अंदर आ जाता है, वो टेस्टिंग है ही नहीं। हम लोग तो यही कर रहे हैं, सिर्फ डेवलपमेंट। कि काम हमारा हो रहा है कि नहीं। ठीक है,
यस सर।
एक चीज समझ लो, अगर मान लो तुम एक प्रोजेक्ट बना लिए तो तुम मतलब एक मान लो तुम एडिशन का एक प्रोजेक्ट बना लिए, मतलब छोटा सा कोई प्रोजेक्ट बना लिए, तो टेस्टिंग टीम के पास जाएगा, वो टेस्ट करेगा ना कि अलग अलग फीचर्स के लिए वो चलेगा कि नहीं। ठीक है, तो मान लो तुम कोई ऑनलाइन अथी पे जाते हो, ऑनलाइन कोडिंग करते हो, कोडिंग जैसे प्लेटफॉर्म है ना हमारे पास, कोडसेफ है और गिग्स फॉर गिग्स है ना
Yes, sir.
एवरीवन।
यस सर।
तो उस पे हम लोग क्या करते हैं, एक अपना जो हमारे पास इनपुट दिया रहता है और उसके कोरस्पॉन्डिंग आउटपुट दिया रहता है, उसको टेस्ट कर लेते हैं।
यस सर।
ठीक है, तो ये
Hello,
चल रहा है,
sir.
वन
Sir.
सेकेंड।
Yeah.
तो ये चल रहा है, तो ये चलने के बाद हम लोग सीधा सिंपल क्या करते हैं, सबमिट करते हैं। तो ये क्या कर रहे हैं, हम लोग ये चेक कर रहे हैं कि हमारा प्रोग्राम चल रहा है कि नहीं, बस। ठीक है, ये प्रोग्राम के लिए चल गया। और जो सर्वर एंड से जो हमारा टेस्ट केस आता है, वो क्या करता है, वो एक्चुअल में टेस्ट सूट है हमारा टेस्ट सूट है जो टेस्टिंग करेगा। ठीक है, तब हमारा डिप्लॉय करेंगे। ठीक है, मतलब ये टेस्ट केस पास हो गया तब हम समझेंगे कि हमारा बनाया हुआ कोड पास हो गया। सिर्फ इतना लिख देने से और ये पर्टिकुलर इनपुट के लिए आउटपुट आ जाने से हम लोग नहीं समझ सकते ना जो हमारा जो कोड लिखे हैं वो सही है। एवरीवन?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
हाँ, कोई पूछ रहा था क्वेश्चन? Someone is asking something. किसको मैंने बोला था एक सेकेंड?
Yes, sir. Actually, we were having an extra class for NLP, so it has already started. So just wanted to inform you that.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we will continue tomorrow on Thursday. कौन सा है? Thursday. Okay. Let me take your attendance first. Once again. या विकास कुमार, विकास जितेंद्र गौड़ा,
Yes, sir. Present.
आशुतोष गुप्ता, आशुतोष इज एब्सेंट, प्रतीक जायसवाल,